Hey, this is Pastor James coming to you with a midweek message to give you some encouragement and to lift you up in your week. And after this conversation, I'd like to share a couple of things that are happening here at Highlands that are actually really great, and you could be a part of them. The big idea for today is a simple one, that we don't always know what to say. Sometimes we're overjoyed, overworked, overburdened, overtired. Sometimes we just have our tongues tied. We just don't know what to say, and that's normal. But here's a weird thing. Sometimes we don't know what to say to God. My question for you is that simple question. Do you ever feel like you lack the right words to say to God? Like, for instance, does somebody ever say to you, surprise you and say, hey, would you like to pray to God in front of all of the rest of us, and you just don't know what to say? Or perhaps it's not public prayer where you lose the words, it's actually in private prayer where you're in the silence of a dark room and it's just you and God, and you're just trying to figure out what should you say to God because you know that God already knows what you're going to say and it just feels awkward. Well, guess what? That is not a unique experience. It is a normal experience, and it's one that Scripture speaks to and teaches us about. This is what it says in Romans chapter 8, verse 26 through 27. The Scripture says these words, "Likewise, the Spirit helps us in our weakness, for we do not know how to pray as we ought," right? You feel a little awkward. But that very Spirit intercedes, Scripture says, with sighs too deep for words. Isn't that beautiful? And the Scripture goes on to say, and God who searches the heart knows. God knows what the mind of the Spirit is, because the Spirit intercedes for the saints according to the will of God. Now, what does this mean? This means that we can just spend time with God, who gets us even when we don't get ourselves. There are times when we don't even really truly understand what's going on in our own lives. We need months, years of counseling to really figure out who we are. But the truth is, God gets you already. God hears you already. And when you don't feel like you have the words to say to God, actually, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're disconnected from God any more than you were before. It just means that you don't have the right words. For God is deeply connected with you, and God knows your heart, and God searches your heart, and God is with you every step of the way. So wipe away that disbelief and that worry or that fear that somehow not having the right words is somehow causing you to be disconnected from God. No, God knows you. So next time you pray, here's a prayer you could pray. God, give me what is needed. I love that prayer. It's so simple. Or maybe you could just take a deep breath and sigh and just know that God gets you. Either way, spend time with God. He gets you even when you don't get yourself. Now, here's the big stuff that I'd like to share with you. There's an app that we have at Highlands Church where you can explore a lot of different things going on at Highlands. For example, in the coming weeks, I'll be telling you about a youth camp for middle school and high schoolers that is happening on November 4th and 5th. Actually, now that I think about it, I just told you about it. Anyway, that's on the app and you can learn more about it there. But one of the big things that's happening this weekend is the Connect and Serve Fair. It's going to be happening right after the 9 o'clock service and the 10:30 service. And there you're going to find different people from different ministries at our church welcoming you to participate in small groups or fellowship opportunities or classes that we have coming up, or service opportunities that are amazing at Highlands Church, and you can be a part of helping bring those things to light and to life here in our community. So we want you to come this weekend to the Connect and Serve Fair and really dig in and have some fun. And then, believe it or not, right down the road on October 30th, we have our Highlands Trunk or Treat. It's the day before Halloween. It's a Sunday, right after church. We're going to start setting up our parking lot. We have already 60 spots available. Okay, let me get this right. There's 20 spots of 60 available for the Trunk or Treat. So if you want to sign up for the Trunk or Treat, there's only 20 spots left because the other 40 have been filled up. Now, we're doing something really special this year. We're setting up some green screens. Now, if you don't know what that is, it means you put a big green backdrop behind someone when you take a video or a photo of them. And then what we'll do is we'll be superimposing images in the background of, I know I probably sound really confusing, in the background of each picture that we're taking of a kid. Now, that will mean that a kid could take a picture and choose to be looking like they're in a haunted forest or in a fairy tale princess land or in a cartoon or something like that. So you get the idea. It's about helping the kids imagine and dream big and then telling them that Highlands is here. We're the place where you can go for great big new dreams. So the reason I'm telling you this is, one, get excited, get your kids ready on that day. If they have costumes and you want to take great pictures of them, they'll be here at Highlands. Tell your friends about it. And then, of course, if you actually have an expertise moderate expertise in photography or in graphic arts, we'd love to have your help that day so that we can edit those photos in real time and actually have those kids receive the photos as soon as possible. So we'll have them right there, edited, and then posted online so they can get them right away. So we hope that's exciting for you. It is for us because we know about the thousands of people that will be blessed and will discover Highlands Church and possibly call it their church home that day. So we look forward to these things. And most of all, remember to spend time with God. Take a deep breath, sigh, groan. God gets who you are. God just wants you to remember that and to rest in his goodness and to know that no matter what, God is calling you forward into the opportunities to connect and serve, those things that God is doing in the future, knowing that God will do anything and everything that he needs to do in order to make you experience his hope and joy every single day. God bless you. I hope you have a great week. Take care.